Well, welcome back. I'm your host, Rhonda Arnott of the Rhonda Effect podcast, intuitive guidance for executives and entrepreneurs. I'm outside in my sunny backyard. I have the wind chimes doing their music. It's beautiful. You'll probably hear that. You'll probably hear Diesel bark in the background, noises. That's part of life, right? I love it. I love that type of podcast where it's a natural state. Who doesn't like that, right? Today, we're going to explore a very powerful force that can transcend boundaries. It heals wounds and even opens doors to the divine wisdom. I had some amazing downloads today from Spirit. And not only downloads, but channeled messages, writings. I heard Spirit say this is the first 3 chapters of your book. And honestly, that kind of makes me nervous. But these channeled messages, there's something that happens naturally for me. It's my ordinary, people call it an extraordinary gift. I call it my ordinary. But these messages were very, very like to the point today. And it's all about, well, I'm not going to tell you what it's about yet, but we live in a world that is more divided than ever. Politically, culturally, society is divided, but there's a universal language that has the power to unite us all. Can you guess what it is? I'm waiting. Can you guess? Well, if you couldn't guess, or if you couldn't guess, I'm going to give you the answer. And if you could guess, well, congratulations. You won. What is that? It's laughter. Laughter. That's right. Laughter. So have you ever noticed how a good laugh can totally dissolve tension in a room? Turning strangers into friends? Or how it can lighten the heaviest of hearts and bring a moment of clarity to the midst of chaos. It's happened to me a lot. So today we're going to dive into not only science and spirituality behind laughter and how this simple, universal, joyful act can be the bridge even in the wildest times. So I want you to imagine something. Imagine our society as a series of islands, each island representing beliefs, cultures, perspectives. And these islands are separated by a massive ocean. But this ocean is, misunderstanding, fear, conflict. So these islands are surrounded by this. But there's a bridge that can build I'm stumbling on my words. So there's a bridge that can span these waters, these troubled waters, connecting with us all. And that bridge is laughter. Beyond its ability, beyond laughter's ability to connect us emotionally and socially, laughter actually has a profound and physical and spiritual benefits. Let me put it to you this way. It's more than just a release of pent-up energy, which is an amazing thing to release, by the way. It's a gateway to something beyond the tangible, or what I like to say also is beyond of what you can see. When we laugh, believe it or not, when we laugh, we clear away the clutter of stress and worry that blocks our inner channels, creating space to receive messages from spirit and a connection with our higher self, or our higher consciousness, actually. And that's what happened to me less than 24 hours ago. I had an amazing time with some friends, and we just started laughing over the silliest things. Have you ever done that? Have you ever just got together with your friends and it's like the silliest things make you laugh? My husband was telling jokes, and again, he's not a very good joke teller. He'll forget the punchline or he messes things up in between, but it is always so funny just watching him. And he's a giggler. So you could tell him a story and he starts giggling. And that's what happened. It's like I released all the stress that was building in me, and it made room for my downloads from Spirit very early this morning. So also what I want you to think of laughter as a spiritual broom. Okay? Broom sweeping away the dust, the debris of everyday concerns. When we laugh deeply, we create a momentary pause, just for that moment, in our mental chatter. How much chatter do you have going on during the day? I have an awful lot. And this pause is actually critical because it creates like a vacuum. It's a space where spirit can enter. In this quiet and open state, we become more attuned to the subtle whispers of our intuition. Happens to me every time. We can hear the gentle nudges and the insights that very often go unnoticed in the chaos of life. That also happens to me a lot. And I'm sure it happens to you as well. But laughter can also elevate our vibrational frequency, aligning us with the higher realms of our consciousness. It's as if we're tuning into a celestial radio station that broadcasts wisdom and inspiration whenever we tune in. When we're in this elevated state, we become more receptive to the guidance that comes from a place of love and higher understanding. It's in these moments that I might receive an epiphany about a problem that we're struggling with. You might have a creative idea for a project. You might have words for someone else, or simply it's just a sense of peace and reassuring that we're on the right path. And, okay, get this, science backs up the incredible health benefits of laughter. That's right. Science does. So if you're not believing me, believe the science. Because when we laugh, we replace the stress hormone cortisol in our bloodstream with beneficial chemicals. Now, I wrote these down, so I hope I say them right. Well, two of them I know I'll say right, but the other one I'm not sure. Dopamine, oxytocin, I think it's called that, oxytocin, and endorphins. Okay, we know what these do. This chemical swap actually boosts our immune system. It relieves stress, improves cardiovascular health, reduces anxiety, and lifts our mood. This is science-based. Okay? I'm a spiritual person, not a scientist, but this laughter is actually science-based. It's like turning like a gray, stormy day into a bright, beautiful, sunny one with just a few heartful laughs. Can you hear the birds singing? They're cheering me on. But on a spiritual level, it also aligns us with a higher frequency, making us more receptive to the wisdom and guidance of spirit. That's the part I really like. Laughter can be seen, as a spiritual practice, actually, a way to align ourselves with the flow of life. It opens our hearts and minds, creating a different line for our higher selves and the divine. It's like you have that connection when you're open. And it's not a connection about, just about receiving guidance, but it's also about experiencing a profound sense of oneness with the universe. Have you ever had that? Have you ever felt that sense of connection with the universe? I know I have. And it can be quite addicting actually, because it's something I love. I love that connection. And actually every day I covet that connection. And I make sure that's part of my daily routine. Laughter, when you have that connection with the universe, it reminds us that we're not alone, never alone. And we're part of something much larger, much, much larger. That sometimes can be overwhelming and a little bit for me, or maybe yourself, to really fully embody 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But if you have that embodiment, even for just a single moment of a day, you know what I'm talking about. Laughter, I love. If you've been around me long enough, you know. Can you hear the horn? So it honestly sounds like a tugboat. I am so far away. There's no way a tugboat should be making a noise right now. But okay. Anyway, getting back to my laughter. So the next time you find yourself in a funky mood, a lower energy, a dense energy, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling off. There goes that horn again. What I want you to do is I want you to, whether it be you call somebody or, my favorite is actually doing the scroll of reels on Instagram or TikTok and finding that funny video. So in the midst of this dense energy, we'll call it, you need to find that laughter. Or think of a memory that you had that big belly laugh, because that is going to change things for you instantly. Instantly. So I want to leave you with something. I want to leave you with a Chinese proverb. So are you ready? So this is how the proverb goes. Blessed are those who can laugh at themselves. They shall never cease to be entertained. I don't know about you, but I am constantly entertained. So thank you for tuning into this episode of the Rhonda Effect podcast. Please find laughter in every moment of your day.